Vigil, Ante, and the Vigilante Antics by BelleAmant. Read by Oakshadow 5. Chapter 13. Farther Down the Rabbit Hole. Months pass for Izuku and Hitoshi in the blink of an eye. The boys carry on as they always do, going through their routine with practiced ease. Get up, go to class, train, make gadgets, sell to clients, patrol the city. Avoid getting captured in time to get home and go to sleep. Wake up and do it all over again. Yeah, routine. Life is good. Well, no, it's not really good, because how can it be when the boys are dancing around laws and trying not to go to jail and selling to villains? The guild never ends. Not really, but neither does the urge to protect, to help others. So the guild is shoved down as Izuku and Hitoshi throw themselves into danger time and time again, hoping to chip away at the endless fountain of guilt that they've created. Shoving the guild aside, the boys are fine. Great, even, if they really ignore the fact that they're only doing so well because they ate villains. Business is booming. Now 14 years old, the boys are practically self-sufficient. They earn enough that they can save up for the future, and the vigilante gear is greater than ever before. Izuku has finally convinced Hitoshi to use something other than a metal baseball bat. Now the boy carries a retractable staff that can send out a pulse of electricity. Don't worry, Toshi, Izuku promised his friend as he handed over the weapon. It's only enough to stun your opponent, maybe cause them to pass out for a bit. It won't hurt more than that. Right, Hitoshi agreed, pressing the small button that protected the staff, condensing it until it was only 4 inches long. Alright, I guess this is better for carrying. Told you so, Toshi, Izuku laughed, and the violet boy joined in. For his own gear, Izuku has improved upon his own stuff. He couldn't make his own retractable, of course, because he still likes being able to separate it into 2 pieces. However, he's reinforced it, making it more durable. That's the 3rd staff this month, Hitoshi said, eyeing the bent metal in exasperation. How would he even manage to do this? I told you, villains can be thick-headed, Izuku grumbled. I'm getting a different material, the stuff is too malleable. It's literally one of the strongest metals we have access to, Hitoshi deadpanned, but Izuku just shrugged. Still too weak, he declared. Maybe if I get something stronger, I won't have to keep using the blowtorch to weld new stuff together. You just make different things to weld, Hitoshi shouted, and Izuku didn't protest. Other than their weapons being upgraded, not much has changed in the past year. Sure, maybe their outfits gained a bit more padding, but Vigil and Ante were practically the same at 14 years old as they were at 13. They're just 2 boys, trying to help people out and ignore the means they have to use in order to be heroes. In their eyes, at least. The actual law-abiding side of heroism sees them as a challenge, or maybe a threat. Izuku and Hitoshi aren't 100% sure about that, but they've definitely been feeling the heat. Literally. Endeavor is in our case now? Vigil yelped, voice crumbling as he leaped out of the way of the fiery attack that rushed at him. We're going to burn to a crisp, Ante muttered dejectedly, voice soft and feminine due to the most recent fight. Ante didn't even get the chance to switch back to his default voice before Endeavor had rushed them. He can't burn us if he can't catch us, Vigil countered. And he can't catch us if he can't see us? That was the only hint Vigil gave before slamming a smoke bomb onto the ground, before grabbing Ante's arm and bolting down the streets. A roar of anger followed, the number 2 hero sending a burst of flames their way, nearly hitting the duo as they fled the scene. Endeavor became a constant foe after that. If he saw them, which wasn't often, because the man was primarily a daytime hero, he would immediately attack the 2 boys. Even when the boys were helping him subdue the villain, or getting civilian victims and hostages out of danger. Let it be known that Izuku and Hitoshi don't hate the heroes for trying to capture them at any given moment. They know that they're doing things that they really shouldn't be doing. They know that, even if their vigilantism itself isn't really a crime, their stealing definitely is. They know the heroes are just doing their jobs. But let it also be known that Izuku and Hitoshi do not like Endeavor. I'm so glad our clothes are fire resistant, Hitoshi said as he ripped off his hoodie. Izuku nodded, yanking off his mask and dropping it on the bed. Endeavor is going to kill someone if he keeps acting so recklessly. Hell, I think he has the most vision casualties of all the pro heroes, so he probably has killed someone. Don't remind me, Hitoshi groaned. Or I might break a law by attacking a hero. We already break laws, I'll break another one. Fuck endeavor. Hitoshi dropped into the bed, and Izuku laughed. Yeah, fuck endeavor. Pettiness against endeavor aside, the boys still hold heroes in high regard. Even the others who have, at this point, made it very obvious that they are assigned to some case that seems to have only one goal in mind: capturing the vigilantes. It'd be funny, honestly, if it wasn't making it harder for the boys to help out.
Ingenium, 5 o'clock,
Ante whispered, and Vigil groaned.
I miss the days when he was primarily a daytime hero.
Vigil commented, then shouted.
Hey, Ingenium! Make sure this guy gets taken in, okay?
Sure, Ingenium agreed easily, stepping closer. Mind if I take you two in as well?
Yeah, we do mind,
Ante said honestly. Sir,
take that head up man and leave us alone. Forget that you saw us.
The boys watched as Ingenium did as they asked, picking up the unconscious man and walking off.
Thank God,
Vigil muttered.
Not all of them respond, and that Ingenium always does. Yeah. We're still going for a few more hours, or should we head in early?
Vigil's response was cut off by a scream. That was enough to decide for them. They ran into Eraserhead on the way there.
Vigil, Ante.
Eraserhead started, but Vigil shook his head.
Can this wait like 10 minutes?
Vigil asked.
Someone is screaming bloody murder. That's more important, don't you think?
Eraserhead glared, red eyes flashing, but he didn't reach for his capture gear, and that was enough for the boys. The person was, in fact, about to be murdered. Vigil lunged in the way of the attacker, getting hit with a sharp fin for good measure.
Something fishy seems to be going on here,
Vigil quipped, and got another hit in the head for that. The fight was over in less than a minute, the attacker subdued when Eraserhead caught him with his capture gear. The boys took that as their cue to sneak off and head home early for the night. They had to evade a third hero on the way back, because of course they did. Life carried on, of course. Sure, every successful night seemed to lead to more problems, as heroes increased night patrols with the sole purpose of catching the boys off guard, but Izuku and Hitoshi always knew how to adapt. They started branching out, slipping away to neighboring cities when Musutafi was safely covered by heroes. Sometimes they patrolled in the daylight, throwing the heroes off guard. For the most part, Izuku just made sure to stock up on smoke bombs whenever they went out to patrol. Overall, life is fine. Izuku and Hitoshi are happy as can be. They have each other. They have a home to call their own. They have a source of income, and they can help others. Life is fine, and one day, when Izuku and Hitoshi are old enough to get hero licenses, life will be great. They just have to wait a few more years, and then everything will work out. They'll be able to slip away from vigilantism and selling to criminals, and they can atone for all of the mistakes they've had to make. After all, there's no way they can slip any deeper into this mess, right? Wrong. Darby saunters down the street, the city feeling empty as people hide away in their homes for the night. For his part, Darby heads back to base, swinging a bag lightly with every step as he tries to whistle out a tune. He looks every part of a normal civilian, if one could ignore and look past the burns that cover his body and the staples that hold his skin together. Well, it's not like anyone is around to see him. And those that do either don't care or are dealt with. Not killed, though. Darby is a lot of things, a lot of awful things, but he isn't a murderer. That doesn't mean he won't injure an opponent, though. He's a villain. What else is to be expected? Darby glances around, looking for any wandering eyes, then enters the main base. The old Kamino bar. Home, sweet home. Darby! Toga cries out the moment he enters. Welcome back! Did you have fun? Darby snorts, dropping his bag on the bar, careful to avoid the shot glasses that Kurogiri must have just finished cleaning. Oh, yeah, an absolute blast. Where'd you even go? Toga asks, eyes locked under the bag. Had to get some shopping done, Darby says, slipping onto one of the stools. It creaks ever so slightly, but Darby knows it'll hold his weight. Smoke bombs? A gun? Toga goes through his purchases, voice rising with every new object that she comes across. Darby, the stuff looks handmade. Where'd you even get the stuff? From that supplier he gets going off to, no doubt. Shigaraki cuts in from a spot a few seats away. They're a valuable merchant from what I've heard. Just a simple little NPC for us to use. Darby rolls his eyes, leaning against the counter. It's a duo, actually. Two guys who create everything from scratch. Quality improves more and more with every passing year. I've heard that they only sell to villains, Kurogiri adds, setting down a clean glass before grabbing another to wipe down. They've got clients from all over Japan who come on down to see them at Musutafu. So what? Shigaraki asked. So they sell weapons? What do I care? Weapons come in handy when quirks fail, Dabi says casually. It's why I buy from them, especially the smoke bombs. Sure, I can use my quirk to make some smoke, but that's a waste when I can use a tool instead. And guns to shoot bullets, even when I can't use my fire. Think about it, Shigaraki. Kurigiri starts, sitting down his cloth and glass. No quirk on its own is effective in every scenario. Perhaps we could strike up a deal with these sellers, in order to get the weapons without much of a cost. Shigaraki scratches at his neck, silent as he thinks for once. Then he nods. I suppose that makes sense. I'm sure Sensei would be interested in the idea. Speak of the villain, and so he shall appear. Dabi thinks as the TV screen flickers to life as if on cue. Sensei! Shigaraki says, perking up like some overgrown child. Dabi almost wants to laugh at how easily the teenager's emotions flip. Almost. Laughter echoes through the TV, cold and fake. Dabi suppresses his urge to wince at the tone, keeping a blank, almost blank expression on his features as everyone speaks. I heard some of your conversation about the vendors, he starts, voice smooth and words carefully chosen. Tomura, what are your thoughts on the matter? Shigaraki idly scratches at his throat as he responds. I think having the merchants on our side will put us at an advantage. They're already on the villain side, but if we can get them to work specifically with us, that'd be a great upgrade to our team. Yes, I think that assumption is correct. However, in order to create an alliance, we need to have something that they desire. Tell me, Tomura, what is it that the sellers desire? Money, most likely, Shigaraki says immediately. Maybe protection? We could convince them to join us, or else they might have to face some unpleasant consequences. Blackmail will not work against people like them, Overone says, as if his word is law. If their other buyers find out that the provider is being threatened, they may turn against us in response, and money is not something we can use carelessly, so that is not an option. Dabi knows when to accept that the boss has a point, and Shigaraki is the same, slumping in his seat. Then what do they want, Sensei? Shigaraki asks, voice edging into a whine, and Overone chuckles. I do not yet know, but I think I will keep an eye on them in these upcoming months. They must have a desire, and I will find it. Thank you, Sensei, Shigaraki says gratefully, and Overone lets out a hum in response. Of course. Dabi? Yes, Dabi asked, surprised that the boss is referring to him. Try to find out what you can the next time you see those two. If you learn anything important, report it to Shigaraki or Kurigiri as soon as possible. Understood? Understood, Dabi agrees, and the turn turns black once more. Glancing at his purchases, strewn out along the counter, Dabi wonders what the hell he just put those boys into. Oh fuck, Overone knows about Izuku and Hitoshi. Oh no, oh fuck. And also, Izuku and Hitoshi are 40 now, which I interpreted as them getting voice breaks. So that is why both of their voices are now lower. But anyways, guys, I hope you all enjoyed chapter 13 of Vigil, Ante and the Vigilante Antics. And I'll see you all next time. Bye!